Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video in which we are going to learn about Java Array DQ with the help of examples. So guys, in Java we can use the Array DQ class to implement Q and DQ data structures using arrays. So the Array DQ class implements these two interfaces, that is Q interface and DQ interface. Now what are the different methods in the Array DQ? The Array DQ class provides implementations for all the methods present in the Q and DQ interface. So guys, this Array DQ is also similar to Q and DQ interfaces that we had seen previously. So let us check this with the help of examples as well, and let us see how we can add the elements and remove the elements from this Array DQ. So I'll just move to Eclipse IDE. So over here we will have Array DQ. So I'll provide Array DQ as the class name over here, followed by in the angled brackets we will have the data type. So let's say we are going to store the integer, and then I'll provide the object name as AD and then followed by Array DQ. So guys, we have declared the Array DQ of type integer over here. So we are getting a red underline over here. That's because we have probably missed the new operator. So I'll provide the new operator over here, and I can also remove this integer. Yes, I can remove this, save this file. Okay, so we have Array DQ and AD as the object that represents the Array DQ class. Now let us add few elements with the help of add method. So I'll provide add. So as you can see, we have the method from the Q, that is add, and we also have the method from the DQ that we have seen previously, that is add first and add last. So let's say I want to add the element and the first element is 4. Guys, let us say we want to add all the elements in such a way that when we are going to read the elements from this add object, we want the elements in the sorted order. So I will use the add first and add last methods as well. So I will provide add, and let's say I want to add the element that is 3 over here, which will be before this element, which is 4 right now. So what we can use is add, and then we have first. So add first is the method that will be used in order to add the element at the start of the queue. So I will provide 3 over here, and let's say I want to add 2 now. So again I will use add first method and the integer will be 2, and let's say I want to add 5 now. So we will use add last we can use. So this will add the element to the last of the queue and the element will be 5. So guys, let's say we have added all these 4 elements for now. So what we can do is we can just print the content of this Array DQ. So I will provide the print statement over here, and then inside this we will have Array DQ content, and then followed by colon, and then we will have the AD as the object name for this Array DQ. Let me just save this file and try running this code. So as I had told you, we will add the elements in such a way that whenever we are going to retrieve it, we are going to have the ascending order of all the elements. So as you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first the element that is 4 was added, and then add first will add before 4, that is 3, and then again add first will add before this 3, that is 2. So 2, 3, 4 were added, and then this add last will add this 4th element over here, that is 5, and in this way we have all the elements in a sorted order. So guys, these are some of the methods that can help you in order to add the elements. Let us move to other methods. As you can see, we have get first and get last. This will only return the first and last element. So let us check this with the help of example now. So over here we will have another print statement. What I will do is first element and then colon, and then we can have add dot get first. So as you can see, add dot get first is being used. I'll save this file and try running this code. So the first element is 2, and that is what is getting printed. Let's say I want to get the last element, so I'll change this string, and I'll also change the method over here to get last. So get last method is being used over here. I'll save this file and try running this code. So as you can see, get last method is getting the element that is 5, which is the last element in this queue. Let's move to other methods over here as well. As you can see, poll first and poll last. This will return the start of the queue or the end of the queue, and it will also remove that element. So let us check these methods as well. So what we will do over here is we will put remove first element. So we will have remove first element, and I will use add dot we have poll first. So pole and pole first will have the same functionality, that is, it is going to remove the first element from the head of the queue. And after this we will also print the content of the array DQ that is updated after the pole method. I'll just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, remove first element. So first element is removed, that is 2, with the help of pole first method that we have used over here, and then followed by the content of the array DQ, that is 3, 4, 5 were printed. Now let's say I want to remove the last element instead of this first element. So what I will do is remove last element over here. So I will provide a last element over here, and then over here instead of pole first we will use pole last. So we have this method. Let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, the last element, that is 5, it was removed. Remove last element is 5, and the updated array DQ content will be 2, 3, 4. After removing this element, that is 5, so 2, 3, 4 is getting printed. So guys, in this way you can easily use the array DQ along with the methods that are provided with the help of queue and DQ interfaces. Guys, apart from this you will get many other methods. So when you use this object followed by dot operator, as you can see there are many other methods that you can use based on your requirements. So guys, it depends on your practice. Please practice on your own so that you get different outputs based on your different inputs. So guys, that's it in this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is Java map interface with the help of examples. So stay tuned.